Farmers and ranchers know the importance of hoof care for their hoof stock, but we thought others would be interested in a bovine pedicure. Dr. Rebekah Hartfield is a veterinarian in Holdenville, and this morning we're in the barn and she's talking about hoof care. Good morning, and thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
You bet. When you brought this topic up, I was a little hesitant, but I think there's a lot of city folk, if you will, who will be interested in this. Talk to us a little bit about why hoof care is so important.
So hoof care is just so important for just the overall well-being of your cow, your bull, your herd in general. So lamenesses are just so important to recognize and understand in your cattle because they're all directly related to problems with health, their comfort, and their environment. If a cow isn't comfortable, they can't walk, they're going to be laying down a lot, so they can't get up and graze. They can't go to the feed bunk and eat. This directly affects their weight gain and milk production. And don't think just dairy cattle for milk production. Think about your beef cattle as well. If they're not producing milk, then their babies, their calves can't eat. So this is also really important. Poor reproduction also occurs if, say, your bull can't get around and graze as well or reproduce. So this directly impacts your herd.
So those are a lot of reasons that it's important to take a look at their hooves quite regularly. Talk to us about some of the causes for problems with an animal's hooves.
Exactly. So big things that I see at my rural mixed animal practice is foot rot. I'll come back and talk a little bit more about that. But we also see fractures. Anytime it's icy outside, I worry about cows falling, and I have seen cattle come in with fractured limbs because they slip on the ice just like we can. And abscesses in their hoof, genetics play a...
We lost you there, doctor. Are you still with me? Okay. She also mentioned that genetics plays a part in that as well. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the video that she sent me here, and that way you can take a look at that. Maybe we can reset that shot. But she talked a little bit about some of the animals that she sees in her practice there in Holdenville and how important it is. I mean, these animals need to be brought into her clinic, and the barn that she was in just now, they go in there, and she talked a little bit about the foot rot. She was going to expand on that a little bit more, and about how when they're standing in, in wet pastures and such like that, how it can cause problems in between their hooves. So it's really important to get in there where infection and where it can get really inflamed, and that keeps them from trying to be able to walk around. So they go in there pretty regularly, check that. They also use some devices to trim the hooves, get them so obviously just like you do with your pedicure fingernails, you just need to make sure that they are sanded down and taken care of and well groomed. So those are just some of the things that I was fascinated. I know I grew up on a farm. I know a lot of people haven't, and so it's really cool to get to see them. They bring them in, they place them in that chute, lay them over on their side, and then they're able to navigate. But you can see they're kind of in between their little toesies, had some issues. So let me tell you, if you'd like more information, you can get a hold of Dr. Hartfield at her clinic, and you can go to her website, drhartfield.com.